Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, but today we will, well not today, just for right now. I thought since I'm downloading Vegas, Sony Vegas, well actually I have it already, I'm just putting it on the computer. Since I'm putting on Sony Vegas right now, and I really have nothing else to do because I'm also downloading Portal 2 simultaneously, so I can't film that yet, and the person I'm going to do Minecraft with is unavailable at the moment. So I really have nothing else to do than this. I haven't put out the video of my dad and I building the computer yet, but I may or may not. I'm not really sure about that. But if I don't, I will just right now tell you the parts we have in it, and if I do, you will hear it twice, because that's how I roll. First of all, let me just start by saying this is a very, very good computer. I am so glad that we built it. It got a 7.8 Windows Experience Index right here. The highest you can get is a 7.9. I'm gonna see if it actually shows it up. Yeah, okay, so let's see. My processor was slightly lacking and my RAM was slightly lacking, only by 0.1%. I'm pretty sure the highest, yeah, it goes from 1.0 to 7.9. So we are pretty close to the absolute best you can get. That being said, it was expensive, but I'm graduating this in just a few days, so this is sort of my graduation gift. I'm sure a lot of you could relate to that. It was only about a $1,500 build, $1,600. It wasn't like a big old $4,000 gaming PC, because obviously I don't need that. I'm not into that. I'm not into it so much where I need the best top of the line stuff. Really all we got for this was monitor, a computer, and a microphone. We haven't bought new speakers, although we might. But that's pretty. Oh, and a keyboard, but who really cares? And that's that keyboard you guys always hear clicking in the background because I'm too lazy to switch out my keyboards when I record, and that would be sort of stupid. I should just got a silent one at the beginning. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought mechanical keyboard would be better, but I'm going off on a tangent. So I think right now I'm just gonna sort of list off the parts we have in it. Maybe I'll show them on the screen. I'm not really sure. But then this is what I sort of think is a gaming PC. So let's start off with what you can see on the screen right here. Assuming you see this screen. If you can't see the screen, that's not good, because that means something went wrong. But if you can see the screen, the processor we have is an Intel Core i7-2700K CPU at 3.5 gigahertz. I don't overclock it yet, because I've tried to overclock it and it says failed. I'm still trying to learn how to do all that, and it's a bit hard because I've never done it before. So if anyone who sees this video wants to, just leave a comment in the description on how to do that. We have 16 gigabytes of RAM in this thing, so it's pretty fast. No speed performance issues pretty much. Although I was getting some weird stuff in Terraria, but then again, I figured out how to fix that. And then Minecraft is always buggy on every PC, so but I don't really get too much lag in that either, so that's all good. We have Windows 7 Ultimate 64-bit on here. You can see it's not activated because I haven't done it. I've been too lazy, and I'll do that probably today because I just reminded myself of it. But anyway, for the graphics card, we have a GTX 680. That was really hard to get. I'm not going to lie. NVIDIA is having a shortage of 28 nanometer chips over in China or wherever they're built. If they're not built in China, I'm sorry, but that's just where I assume that's where they're built. So they're still really hard to find. Actually, while I'm on here, let me look it up on Newegg and see if they're actually available yet on Newegg.com. And while I'm doing that, I'll explain what else we have. We have a 1,200 watt power supply for expansion purposes. Really, it's not so much that it needs it at this point, but if we want to ever SLI anything, maybe not the 680s, but it really leaves room for a lot of expansion. And no, you still can't get the 680s online. And what was weird is I went to Fry's the other day. I don't know if you guys have Fry's wherever you're listening to this at, but Fry's Electronics is already carrying a 670, and that hasn't been announced yet. So I was like, what? I was gonna ask if we could get it, but obviously we don't need it, and it would have just been for the bragging rights of having the first one that was sold. But what else do we have? I went over the CPU, I went over the RAM, I went over the graphics, I went over power supply. We have an H60 water cooler in there, or is it H60? Yeah, it's H60. It's water cooling. It's not so much. It makes the build look a lot better. It wasn't needed per se, but it wasn't too much more than the fan we were looking at, so we were just like, let's get it. It looks awesome. It works better. The CPU always stays at a low temperature. For the case, we have a Chaser MKI or MK1. I think it's MK1. I was watching a Newegg review and they said MKI. I'm pretty sure he was wrong on how you say that because MK1 makes much more sense to me. And that's a really cool case. It has fan speed, excuse me, LEDs on the front like most do, or not LEDs but buttons on the front as most new fans might. It also has these cool color shift LED fans, which turn green, blue, red, and then they can like shift the color, and then they can also turn off, obviously. And those are really cool. It's a big case. It's a full tower case with a window on the side, and it also has a headphone. You can probably hear it clicking. It has a headphone holder, so you can like hang the headphones off of it. But I don't do that because it's on the floor, and that wouldn't make sense because it's on the wrong side. Yeah, I don't know really why I just mentioned that. But we also have and these next couple parts, including oh, my screen just went dead. I hope that doesn't show up on the recording. These next couple parts, we had in the other computer when we had it, and we just sort of transferred it over because it was easier and everything. But we still had to reinstall Windows, but it wasn't as big of a deal. We have a 120 gigabyte SSD, Patriot Pyro. It's really nice. It works fantastic. The computer starts up really, really fast. It just works really well, and we got it for cheap. It was like $100, which is pretty cheap for or was it 60 actually? It was almost like 50% off, I thought, but it was a really good price for it, so we picked it up before we rebuilt the computer and everything. But we were bottlenecking it by having 3 gigabit per second ports on the old motherboard that we had. So now that we upgraded the build, we have 6 gigabit per second ports, and I'll go over the motherboard in a second. But we also have a 2 terabyte Hitachi drive, I think. Yeah, it's Hitachi 2 terabyte. It works really well. It's really fast. I don't know how you check what the RPM speed is. I don't know if that really matters at this point. I'll put it in the description if I think it matters that much. But yeah, it's also really nice. There's my dog shaking in the background. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the motherboard. For the motherboard, we have an Asus Sabertooth Z77. It's a pretty good motherboard. It holds up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's pretty standard. It has PCIe 3.0. It has Ivy Bridge support because that's what we were originally going to get, but we decided against it because there wasn't all that many increases in it. As far as I know, I haven't tested it or anything because obviously we didn't get it. I'm pretty sure that's about it though. Oh, we have 2 Acer monitors, I looked at the model number. It's something 23. They're 23-inch 1080p monitors. Those are really nice. There's a Logitech. See, I have it on my desk somewhere. Where is it? Maybe it's not. I think it's the C920 webcam. It's HD. It's that I can use for this channel, and also I'm going to be using it for a web show that a couple of my friends want to do, and I'll that's for later. Maybe I'll put an announcement on here or something. But anyway. That's my computer build. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. There's a hot swap bay on the hot swap. It sounded kind of weird when it came out. Bay on the top of the case. You can probably hear it tapping again back there. But yeah, that's about it for my computer parts. Let me see how far Portal 2 is. It's about 15 minutes away from being done. Is there anything else downloading that I need to tell you about? No, there is not. So hopefully Portal 2 videos soon. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.